Welcome to FEMA's Tribal Recovery video series. Throughout the series, I'll be speaking with tribal partners to gain a better understanding of their experiences in working with FEMA.
The Tulalip Tribes has had a couple disasters where we have worked with FEMA. One of them had to do with a high windstorm that happened where we got a declaration in our county. During that disaster, we worked really closely with our county with the tribal liaison, and that was a huge learning curve for me because I was emergency manager at the time and had not had that exposure yet. What I experienced is a lot of paperwork, but overall I felt really supported and guided by the tribal liaison. That is something that I hope that FEMA continues to do, is to make sure we have culturally competent people coming into our communities to support us during times like this, because they're already stressful and the system is usually new to us. So that is a key factor and something that I would recommend.
We've been in multiple disasters with FEMA in their assistance, primarily for winter storms and earthquakes, and of course COVID. It's been wonderful working with FEMA and them assisting us and their staff with our process that is needed and their technical expertise.
One event that comes to mind is a response to a landslide in a small community with about 2,000 people. During that landslide, there were 55 individuals that were displaced and 2 that went missing. We were able to have search and rescue crews come in and also support and aid for those who were displaced. Through that process, we were able to educate FEMA on how jurisdiction works for landless tribes. And we also learned through that process that documentation is so important for when you respond to events. It has spurred an even larger movement for FEMA to further adapt what they make available to tribes.
We've had several different incidents where we've had to work with FEMA, one of them being the COVID pandemic. That would hit us pretty hard, and we had to call in FEMA for some assistance in reimbursements and things of that nature. Ice storms, winter storms, and loss of power we've had to deal with as well, mainly in the reimbursement side of things.
I know that they were a big part of and very essential working with us in our COVID response. So another thing that FEMA helps us with is they help us with training, they help us with resources, they help us with understanding what the processes are, so that if a disaster declaration is made either through the presidential declaration or a state declaration, we know the processes and how we will partner with them to make sure that we are providing the necessary resources and response for our community.
For more information on the disaster declaration process, check out the FEMA Tribal Declarations Pilot Guidance on FEMA.gov. If you have questions, you can always reach out to your regional FEMA Tribal Liaison.